the process of urbanization in London also led to a new spirit called individualism. That is when the men and the women in the country started looking for self-respect, dignity and honor. That is the time that they started feeling that they are very important and they need to be respected. This was a good sign because socially the human beings started realizing that they should have a say and some space for themselves in the society. Well, continuing with it, due to urbanization and industrialization side by side, the people started getting extra income. That is, now they had little money by which they could have some kind of leisure for themselves, some kind of entertainment for themselves, which earlier in the villages they could not even think of because it was very difficult to make both ends meet. But now, after the hard day work, they could think of some leisure activities. Now, this led to the widening of leisure activities in the London. Earlier, it used to be just an annual London season wherein opera, theatre and classical performances were made, but this was restricted just for the upper richer section of London. It was not meant for the poor people. But now the poor people started having their own leisure areas and activities. First of all, the pubs were started where they had their drink, exchanged news with each other, and sometimes this also became an area from wherein political action was taken. Then libraries, art galleries and museums were opened in London at that time for the people to entertain themselves. Music halls and cinemas became popular with both the rich and the poor. It had mixed audience and it had a great grip on the people. Then people started holidaying by sea. That is, they love to go and spend some time in the sea. These were the new activities of entertainment that came in London at that time, specially to meet the needs of the poor section of the society who now had some money to entertain themselves. Now, you have seen so many problems in the city. You have seen how they are trying to reform the city, that is starting from the criminal activities, the problem of housing, how transportation was improved. You have seen how they started looking for leisure activities and things like that. The changes which occurred in the society and the spirit of individualism. But side by side, lot of political activities were going on in the city. That is, people now had started becoming awakened. They were trying to raise their voice against the injustice. They had different organizations, groups wherein they revolted every now and then to tell the people who were doing harm to them that they have become strong enough to voice against them. And I continue with it in the next clipping.